Good evening, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm your host, Anurgan Battar. And for our top stories, the Ministry of Health provided the latest update on COVID-19 status in Mongolia. Political parties have confirmed their candidates for the Parliamentary Elections 2020. The Bank of Mongolia reports that the central bank's new monetary policy has yielded short-term results. And for other news, stay tuned. The Ministry of Health, World Health Organization, and the National Center for Communicable Diseases held their daily press briefing to provide the latest update on the COVID-19 status in Mongolia.
As of today, 4 more people have been discharged from the NCCD after having fully recovered and have been moved to home isolation. A total of 24 people have now fully recovered at the NCCD. This brings the number of people who have been recovered to 24. A total of 87 people have been tested and all were negative. 43 people have been retested for COVID-19 and 39 of them have tested negative. 4 additional cases have been confirmed, making the total number of imported COVID-19 cases in Mongolia to 140, and currently 116 people are being treated at the NCCD. 24 of these patients are in severe condition, noted the director of the NCCD. The officials of the National Center for Communicable Diseases noted that doctors are taking all the precautionary measures to prevent any possible infection to themselves, especially when taking off their protective equipment. According to the World Health Organization warning, the doctors are being infected when removing their protective equipment. Additional disinfection chambers have been ordered and will be established soon. The Ministry of Health urges people to keep using face masks as a precautionary measures. Doctors highlighted that people who are not wearing masks are not endangering themselves, but they are greatly endangering others. The World Health Organization issued a warning of the second wave of coronavirus and urges governments to take all the precautionary measures.
On May the 16th, Saturday, political parties have confirmed their candidates for the Parliamentary Elections 2020. This year, 15 parties and 4 coalitions have made proposals to contest in the elections.
Last weekend, major political parties such as the Mongolian People's Party, Democratic Party, and 2 coalitions called Zuhun Electorat and Ta Bitni Ifsil announced the names of their candidates who will run in this year's Mongolian parliamentary elections. Starting from Sunday, political parties and independent candidates are submitting their material to the General Election Commission for the official registration. The commission will make the final announcement on June the 2nd and will accredit the qualified candidates with their mandates. After receiving their mandates, candidates will campaign for 3 weeks until June 22nd. The elections will be held on June the 24th. Currently, 15 parties and 4 coalitions have submitted their requests to participate in the elections. The interesting feature of this year's election is that 208 independent candidates have made their proposals to contest the elections, which is the highest number in history. The National Audit Office will go through the materials and announce the qualified independent candidates this week. Experts even anticipate that a number of independent candidates might win seats in parliament.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The Mongolian State Conservatory in Ulaanbaatar and the University of Music and Performing Arts Munich have advanced to more stable cooperation with the support of German Academic Exchange Service, also known as DAAD. In the upcoming school year, the German Academic Exchange Service has agreed to support professional music education with around €88,000 in financial support. At an online press conference held on May 14th, head of the University of Music and Performing Arts Munich, Dr. Bernd Redman noted that this cooperation will be opening a new door for music students and teachers, especially in the areas of jazz music, music education, and folk music. Starting this year, 3 Mongolian students will be given the opportunity to study in Munich for 1 year, and 3 German students will be studying in Ulaanbaatar in the summer semester. The program also includes teacher exchanges, which first began back in 2016. The director of the Mongolian State Conservatory, Puruho, emphasized how fruitful the exchange program has been for Mongolian students and teachers in the past 5 years. Since 2018, 5 graduates of the Mongolian Conservatory have been studying in Munich. The 2 schools started their official collaboration in 2019. Both sides are pleased that their cooperation is moving to the next level, as the effort has had profound benefits for Mongolian and German music professionals.
Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. In order to minimize the economic burden of COVID-19, the Bank of Mongolia decreased its monetary policy interest rate by 2 units, bringing it down to 9%. We will take a look at how this measure has so far influenced the market.
In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Bank of Mongolia took quick action on adjusting its monetary policy interest rate. Measures were taken to decrease the pandemic's effects on the macroeconomy and to accelerate growth once the economy begins to recover. But as the future of the market is unclear, the nation's commercial banks remain cautious about issuing loans.
Of course, there are short-term results. Some banks are decreasing their annual deposit interest rate by 0.2 to 0.4 units. And this opens up the opportunity to reduce loan interest rates. On the other hand, interest on securities that keep funds at the Bank of Mongolia has also been reduced. So the current emerging tendency is that banks can grant loans by maintaining profitable performance.
During the economic downturn, the price of consumer goods and inflation have fallen. According to Kang Ochur, now is the perfect opportunity to lower the policy interest rate in line with inflation.
If we can keep the interest rate at this level until the revival of the economy, it will become the foundation for decreasing loan interest rates in the future.
In the long run, changes in the balance of payments and foreign currency inflows will be the major influences on monetary policy. If financing from investors is approved and exports such as coal and other products revive, more long-term results and lower interest rates will be seen.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast of world's major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.